90 days semen retention. Congratulations. I want to go over some things that there's no absolutes, right? These are just generalizations that I'm making. There's exceptions to everything, as you know. I just want to state that disclaimer. I'm just basically, I can just tell you from my experience how it was for me and the people I work with, generally speaking. There's some where it's different. Okay, so when you hit 90 days, you're at the point now where your body, you've went through the cycle. It takes a good 70, 80, 90 days. Again, there's no standard to that. There's no like, it takes exactly 71 days to renew your full tank of semen. Depends on factors. Depends how your body, if your body, well, depends how long you've been doing it. I'm going to get into that in a second. But it takes around between 70 and, I don't know, 100 days to so-called replenish your semen gas tank, okay? Now, see, that's if, there's a spider deep in the jungle. That's if you like lost your semen once in a while. Like if you lose your semen once in a while, once every 90 days, then it'll take 90 days to replenish that. Now, if you're one of these guys that are losing it 2-3 times a day, and you're destroying your psychological mind with the whole watching this stuff on the internet, especially the fetishes and all that, that really that takes a toll on our psyche. See, we don't know it at the time, but it's doing some damage, you know. You can recover. It's all good, but I'm just saying. So if you're if you're doing that, it's not like in 90 days you're just going to be brand new again. Because it's like once you empty the gas tank, why is it somebody could say, well then how am I able to continuously produce and release semen then? Because, you know, I do it twice a day, every day, some people say. And here's why. It's like the body, when the semen and ojas when the body makes that, why does it make it? To restore and to nourish the whole body. It sends this ojas to everything. I've talked about it before, to all of our glands and organs and bodily systems and nerves, cells, everything. So when we deplete our gas tank, the body will, but we continually do it, the body will like take this semen or ojas from like reserves. It'll start extracting nutrition from other parts of the body to make the ojas somehow. I don't know. I'm not a scientist, and even a scientist doesn't understand this. You can still produce semen, okay? But you're depleting yourself even more. So if you're at that level to where you're doing it all the time and you're just depleting your whole body, that's why you can tell somebody who's losing their semen all the time. Their body's just going down. They're literally extracting like all the life force from anywhere that they can find it, just just so you can ejaculate. So you got to put things in perspective so you understand like what's going on and what you're doing. So then maybe your power of reasoning can kick in and be like, wait a minute, like maybe this isn't a good idea. So people like that, it's going to take you a little longer to restore your gas tank because your body, when you start preserving your semen, it's going to have to send it to the other weakened parts that you've weakened by excessively doing PMO. So then when that gets handled, when things get to a semblance of balance, then the body will start putting the semen back into the gas tank. You see? It's like it's got to fill its reserve tank first, and then it'll go to the gas tank. Still, if you go 90 days, you're on your way for sure. And you're going to have some in the gas tank. So I just wanted to touch on that cycle. So that's a special thing. When you hit 90 days, like that area, just the 90-day you know, milestone. This is when we can start experiencing like physical. We can experience this anytime, but I'm just saying. The body's going through a big change. If you haven't lost your semen for 90 days, like this is your body's going through some big change, you know? And there may be symptoms. And there's all kinds. I'm not going to list them all, you know. But there can be more physical symptoms. Your stomach can hurt. I mean, things can there's just anything. Like literally, like anything can pose as a symptom because the semen and the ojas is everywhere in the body. And so when that starts, when your body's going through this shift, this on some level, this biological change, because it's been used to spilling out its seed for so long, when that starts to not happen, of course, you're going to go through some, some detox, some healing crisis, so to speak. It's okay. Things are getting rejuvenated. Don't trip. Don't let the mind be like, oh, this is bad. There's something wrong here. And then you go to some ignorant doctor and they'll be like, yeah, man, like you need to lose your seed. Like this is the consciousness that we're living in this world. There's so many levels of consciousness. And you got some people that postulate ignorance, imagining it's truth. And then that appeals to somebody's mind, the addict mind who's trying to free themselves, but yet the addict nature wants to do it again. So then the mind will attract somebody who's wearing a doctor badge to say, yeah, you should lose it. And then the mind will be like, yeah, this is exactly what I was waiting to hear. You see, because that gives the justification. So you got to be a badass on some level at this time and age. You just do. We're not, this information that I'm sharing and that some others are sharing, it's not widely accessible. It's not appreciated for the most part, and it's misunderstood. And then on top of that, you got the addict mind that's also don't want to do this. So the cards are really stacked against us on some level, but you just got to muscle up. And there's some people that are doing this and will do this, and I'm talking to them. So you can do this. That's my thing, my point. So I wrote some things because, so it's like the first, look, none of this is easy, but at some point when we start this journey, 30 days, 60 days, the first couple weeks, it's like we're in a honeymoon phase. It's like we're happy, like, yeah, we're doing, and you should be, like we're taking our life back. We're stopping these addictions and attachments and to this poison. And so like we're on a kind of a pink cloud, like we're coasting. And we're like, man, I'm never going to do this again. Like, that's stupid as hell. Like, why would I do that again? See, it's like grace is with us. We're getting a freebie for a while. We're feeling really good and balanced and all that. So coast on that while you can. But then, once the honeymoon stage is over, it's like then those deep habits and tendencies that we had before, see, they're not gone. They're kind of in dormant stage, but they're going to come back, you know? So when they come back, it's like, I found around the 90-day mark that urges, it's like they're less frequent, but they can come back with more power and energy when they come. I remember. So knowing this up ahead of time, you're like prepared. See, this is the benefit of sharing the videos. I can't IV my time to you, but what I can do is point out some possible scenarios that can happen, so then somehow you're prepared for it. So then when they come, you're not shocked by it. You're like, wait a minute, I heard this already. Okay, cool, I'm expecting you. It's like somebody's making threats to you or something on the phone. They're like, I'm gonna fine you. I'm gonna beat you down. So then something's aware. So then when you see some weird character coming at you, you're like, ah, that's you, man. Maybe you're already packing. You're ready. You see, you're prepared. So this is the benefit of sharing this stuff. So you just be ready. You can transcend all this. Now, if you relapse, it's okay. That's part of the deal. That on some level, if you don't give up, that makes you stronger for the next time. And there's that whole angle too that we have to understand and look at. So the wet dreams, they can also come. They can come at any time, but they can start to come a little more during this time. It's like the longer you go. I've said this when I responded to people's comments. Everyone, a lot of people so overly concerned about these wet dreams. I think the sun's, you see this, the sun, every time it goes up higher, it blurs stuff. And I'm trying to, oh, I know what I got to do. I'm going to do it in the next video. I'm not going to, like, who cares, right? Don't worry so much about the wet dreams, man. Once you handle this on a you can say a physical conscious level, which is you're just not doing this stuff. You're not watching PMO. You're not you're not acting out. You're not losing your semen. That's physical level. Once you stop doing that, it's like this addiction starts to. It's like I can't get him. I can't get him now on a physical level. His inner strength is too strong. I'm going to get him on a subconscious level. I'm going to, what's he going to do then? So then the wet dreams start to come, you see, because you've got enough time now on a physical conscious level to where you're getting better at that. So this habit, this addiction is going to start attacking you on a subconscious level. You can't avoid that. Nobody can skip those stages and just say, yeah, I'm done now forever. And I'm never going to, I'm not going to feel any resistance or trying times. It just doesn't work. This is a grind on some level. You're taking your life back, you're regenerating yourself, you're building consciousness, and that's a little messy. It's like this tree that they planted the seed, it's in the ground, it's got to break through the roots and like become what it is. It's the same thing. Who we really are has to be born, and birth is messy. Ask your girlfriend or wife, she'll tell you. All right, I'm going to make the video on... I think 6 months now. We're going to finish this series, and then do a year, and then talk about what happens after many years. You know, do you become like Superman? Talk to you soon.